Good morning. Time to make the tea. So this morning I'm sticking with the chamomile tea for the stomach issues. I guess that takes a long time to clear up. And talk about random weather. It's 36. It's going to be 57. Tomorrow is going to be 83. And then it's going back down into the 40s and 50s. So we're all over the place here. We certainly have a nice variety. Well, I can't say it's a nice variety, but a variety of weather. So today I might go visit my mom. She was talking about maybe going and having a little late lunch at Olive Garden, but we'll see how she's feeling today. That'll get her out of the house a little bit. She does get out of the house. She does her little shopping trips, and she's perfectly capable of still doing that. So, but I'm sure she gets lonely too. Most of her friends are gone. Most of the family that she had, the old timers, are gone. So that is one of the drawbacks of living to be really old. A lot of the people in your life are already gone. And, if you don't have a family, that makes it a little more difficult. So please reach out. If you're alone and you're lonesome, reach out to your local senior centers, and there's people that can come and pick you up and take you to different places. So I remember when I did hair years and years ago, I used to once in a while, I'd have my bread and butter patrons. And they would come in every week for their little shampoos and sets, and then, every 3 or 4 months they'd come in for their perms, or monthly for their colors. And a lot of them would come on a bus, and then they'd go back to their centers wherever they lived, but they did get out. So, and I remember one lady, she was older, and she had had a surgery and was not feeling well, and she just wasn't getting better and just wasn't getting better. And here they found out she survived that episode, but they found out that when she had the surgery, they had left an instrument in her and sewed her back up. So, of course, she couldn't heal right. Poor thing. I worked a lot with the elderly in my lifetime, so I know a lot about aging. I mean, even in my nursing career, I worked in long-term care. I oversaw a lot of nursing homes and making sure that the residents got certain care, and so I do know a lot about aging. I don't have any big surprises coming up as far as I'm concerned, but I know it's important to let older people live as independently as they're capable. Give the help when they need it, but don't take their independence away. That's certain decline. So anyway, I'm going to let this steep, and then I'll be back. Okay, let's get back to the budget book. So yesterday, I did not spend any money. Yay me. But I think I am going to spend some money today. There's some things that I want to get for the garden. I want to get some of those grow tunnel hoops that I want to put into my little city picker boxes and cover those with some netting, because last year the bugs ate up so much of my produce, and once the bugs get on there, it gets nasty to me and I don't want to eat it. So this year I want to get ahead of the game, and when I put my little starts in, I'm going to cover them up with some mesh, and I need the little hoops to hold up the mesh. Now I know I have those little fencing gate type things, but those are only going to work for a while because some of the plants that I'm going to be planting are going to be getting pretty tall. So getting ahead of the game, I want to ward off some of that. And of course the food in there that need pollinators, I won't cover those. I'll just cover the ones that don't need the pollinators, like the cabbages and the broccoli, the kale, the spinach, the lettuces, all those things. Those the bugs love to eat. So really rabbits and deer aren't a big problem for me because I have everything fenced off. But the bugs are. So I'm going to go ahead and order a couple things from Amazon and like I said, get ahead of the game. So today I'm going to go have pizza with my mom. So she usually buys though, which is really nice. So thank you, Mama. But we're just going to have a pizza and hang out for a little bit. And so I probably won't eat dinner tonight because that'll be just too much food for me. And I'm trying not to cram too much food in my stomach because of my gastritis. So I know, too much information. But anyway, as we get older, we all get a problem here and a problem there, and we learn to live with it, and we deal with it, and we move on. So, okay, I'm going to take you out in the garden, and I'm afraid to look, but I want to see if my little plants did okay, because yesterday we had a frost. There was frost all over the place, and I'm hoping that they did all right. I mean, they're supposed to be winter sown, so we'll see. All right, let's go take a look in the garden. We had a frost last night, and I'm afraid to look, but I didn't bring my little plants in. So here we go. I don't know if I can do this with one hand, but let's see. Oh, the chamomile did okay. Let's check this one. Oh, that one's okay too. That's perpetual spinach. It's a chard that tastes like spinach. This is the mixed lettuce. That seems to be okay. Let's see. Really hard to do with one hand. Well, that's okay too. There's one leaf in there that's a little funky. I don't know what's with that, but yeah, seems to have done okay. I was worried about them. So it does work. The dill is still okay. Marjoram is okay. And the cauliflower is still okay. So very good. Well, it does work. Over here I have a self-sown, it's a volunteer something. I don't know if it's a radish or a beet. And there's a second one, so I'll just let those grow and see what becomes of them. All right, so those are good. And over here is the parsley I transplanted the other day, and that seems to be doing okay as well. So I was a little nervous to look and see, but I guess everything's all right. Yeah, in the meantime, my daughter called and we had a nice long conversation. So this is still a mess here. I got to clean this up, but I'll do that tomorrow when it's going to be 83. And over here is my oregano. That's doing beautifully. But that's been, I think this is like the third or fourth year that's coming back. So, okay. That's my garden so far. It's after 1 o'clock and I'm still drinking my morning tea. So I ended up putting chocolate creamer and raspberry syrup in my tea, and it's pretty good. So I've decided, you guys know I'm doing a low spend that I started in the middle of January, and it's going pretty well. I've managed to stay off Amazon for the most part, but there's still things that I buy now and then. So what I've decided to do out on my deck, I don't like bugs. I don't know too many people that do, but I find it uncomfortable sitting on my deck with mosquitoes and flies and whatever else is buzzing around me. When I go out on my deck, I want to sit there undisturbed, drink my drink or whatever it is I'm doing. If I want to read a book or do, look at YouTube or whatever it is I want to do. So for a long time now, I've been trying to think of a way to screen in. I have a pergola there, but it's got a big wisteria growing over the top of it, which I love. But I've been trying to think of a way to screen my deck in that's not going to cost me a fortune, or that isn't going to be an expensive DIY project. I could probably hire somebody to come and frame it out and put screening in there, but I don't want to go that route. I want to go the least expensive route that I can. So I was looking around on Amazon, and they have screening that you can get for those, like pop-up things and gazebo things. And so I'm going to order some of that. I guess it comes in panels, but of course they're all 10 by 10 or 10 by 12. Well, I need one that's 8 by 10. So I think I'll just try and order a 10 by 10 foot one and somehow DIY it a little bit. One of the posts, or two of the posts, kind of almost butt up to the back of my house. So I have to figure out how I'm going to do that. And then of course the upper part of it has the tree growing in through the top of the pergola, which is fine, but I want to put some screening up there too, but I don't want it so solid that I can't see the trees and all that stuff. So I just want some like mesh up there. So that's what I've been looking for on Amazon, that and the grow tunnel little stakes. So I'm going to end up spending some money today or tomorrow, and because it's getting nice and I want to start sitting out there on my deck, and sometimes I like to go out there and have a meal, and I don't want flies bothering me. So we'll see what I come up with. I want something that's going to last for a while anyway, so I'm hoping that this will work out. I'll have to do a little bit of DIYing with it since it's kind of an off size, but anyway, that's the plan. So all in all, I haven't spent a fortune on the garden this year yet. Most of it was labor, But once the flowers come out, I will buy, 2 or 3 flats of flowers, different flowers, because starting them from seed is much cheaper, but you usually have to wait quite a while for the flowers to start blooming. So I'll make it a combination of flowers that I'm trying to grow and also flowers that are already blooming that you buy at the nursery. And Mark's usually has a fairly good price on flats of flowers and even hanging baskets. Now I'm sure they're going to be way more expensive this year. They were more expensive last year, and the prices just keep going up and up and up and up. So I think they're trying to desensitize us to these ridiculous prices. And I think their goal is for us to buy less, and it's not anymore the supply and demand thing. They don't care about that. What it is, if you can afford it, you can buy it. And if you can't, then they just raise the price and they make their money either way. Those that can afford it will pay the higher price, and those that can't just go without. And that's kind of the way our world is working nowadays. So anyway, I have to go get dressed now and get ready and go to my mom's. It is a nice day. It's still a little cool, but it's sunny, and the sun feels good. It would be even a decent day to work outside, but I'm not going to be home, so sometimes you have to do other things that you don't really feel like doing. But I like to visit my mom, at least once a week, or every couple weeks, so it depends. So anyway, I'll be back later to wrap things up, and for now I'm going to go get dressed. Alright, cheers. This was my morning tea that I never got around to drinking with you guys. Alright. Well, I just got back from my mom's house. We had a nice visit and a nice pizza together. And she went and took a walk in her backyard. Was telling me all about that. She likes to reminisce about the old days and, all the things older people do. So we get along real well, my mom and I. Not a whole lot of drama there, like in some families. I always had great respect for both my parents. Did I always agree with them? No, not always, but, I respected their wisdom and their teachings, and I learned a lot from my parents. So, okay, well, that's all I have for you today, my friends. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself, be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.